The best part about getting away to foreign climes is the way it can help adjust our perspectives. When we see through different eyes, we grow, and this can only help our writing. Once in a while, we all need to get away from the everyday routines we fill our time with. We need to experience new things, taste new foods, and walk in new locations. The aspect of Singapore that struck me most was the sheer volume of people, and the fact they all seemed to be out shopping in the middle of the night. It was nice to be tourists for a while, and yes, we drank a Singapore Sling in Raffles Long Bar, because when you go to Singapore, you're supposed to. But at $27 each, we probably only wisely stayed for one. The workshop started at 9:30 a.m, with 40 of us ensconced in the 5th floor Imagination Room in the high-tech tower of the National Library building in Victoria Street. We began with an examination of mindset and how having a healthy objective viewpoint can help when you're looking for ideas. Indeed, the whole process of writing consistently, i.e. every day, can be greatly enhanced by improving our mental outlook. We need to feel confident about our abilities and suppress the more critical self, to write without fear and allow inspiration to come through. One of the issues we explored was that inspiration can be in some sense forced by cultivating the writing habit. The more you write, basically, the more inspired you become. It's fairly well accepted that without good characters, you probably don't have a story worth telling, and that to try and force a plot onto characters is to get things in the wrong order. You need characters first. You need to know them well and be able to examine their agendas, because it's usually the clash of the characters' agendas that defines and determines your story's plot. I showed some slides at this point that graphically show how this method of story creation works, and explained how many best-selling novels had used the same principles to create apparent masterpieces like Harry Potter, Twilight, and the Da Vinci Code. Answering some of the more literary-minded in the audience, I also showed that the same principles applied to the classical writers like Jane Austen, Charles Dickens, and Tolstoy. The rain came down hot and heavy on our way back from lunch at a cosmopolitan Chinese cafe, where the food was delicious and the tea divine. We got right back into the meat of the art of story, structure. I explained how story is structure, and that how a writer goes about building a plot is what defines his or her ability and eventual success in the marketplace. Plotting is important, as is conflict and drama. Your writing style too has a part to play, but it is story structure that shows agents, publishers and producers that you know what you're doing. Through a series of ever more seemingly complex diagrams, I showed how good story structure is achieved. I revealed that there really is such a thing as a literary template on which to hang every great story. This is in no way formulaic, far from it. But once you understand the principles of good story structure, it is possible to take an average idea and transform it into something that is universally recognizable as effective and satisfying, often even profound. There's a difference between writing for the market and writing for oneself, and the focus of my teaching is generally on writing to achieve success. There seems little point in writing to offend or confront your audience if the end result is a failure to connect. We might still hold on to some romantic notion that we write for ourselves, huddled in a freezing garret, pumping out words that are wrenched from our souls. But the fact is, modern successful writers live in nice big houses and cultivate a responsibility towards their art and craft. They have to, because without respect for their audience and a morally sound and objective mindset, their writing will most often fail to impress. Quite apart from the obvious, if you don't sell books, your publisher is not going to be very happy. At the end of the workshop, I was amazed by the positive feedback and the desire by everyone to stop and chat. The students were all very sweet and enthusiastic. Robin and I had a wonderfully stimulating time, and we'd love to do workshops more often. Keep writing.